learn to start on the D. Didn't help. And again, and again, and again. So brave, strong, and again. The legend lives on, and again. I like that song. So we're going to be talking partly about how Camden and my family, what they have to do with each other. And everybody knows I'm doing these videos because Joseph Kershaw raped my family and the children as the first Quakers that came into South Carolina. And actually, this book right here has a really good passage. I'll do this in the second video, because the first video, I want to say that that's why I'm doing the videos, is I want it out in the open. And I was, up until this video, I've been really searching for what happened and what the truth was. But I know now, after talking to so many people this week, that I'm able now to explain the whole thing. Joseph Kershaw was responsible for creating historical amnesia. Honestly, that's what it's called, historical amnesia. And just make 8 years disappear. And they're like a little snow globe. And if you go into Camden, you can shake the snow globe and the snow's falling. And when you leave Camden, you've seen everything they want you to see, but it's about as realistic as the little city or whatever goes on in your little snow globe. And so I want to talk today and use this part of the video about something that I mentioned earlier about living, and we're hoping I said that these people that I'm following lived recently and still live at 6 Mile Road. Because when I was a little girl, when I was really little and born 1958, we lived across the street on Isle of Palms from J.C. Long's houses that he built that were shaped like a boat. There was 2 of them. We got ants here, so there were 2 of them. And so I lived across the street until we moved to California. And we moved to California when I was after the 2nd grade. And then, not knowingly, my dad had an affair and a relationship with his dental assistant named Betty, same name as my mom. And he whisked us off to Los Angeles, California, where he was going to get a PhD and teach at UCLA and all this stuff, us unknowingly of why in the world a man would have done that. And it turns out a few years ago, we found out through genealogy that this person got in touch with us that's known since he was 18 that my dad's his father. So on that note, that's why we went to California. And we know that now, why we went to California and did everything that a distracted person needs to do. Like crazy people, go to the productions of Hair and Jesus Christ Superstar, and had theater tickets and went to every beach and every tourist attraction and Hearst Castle, and just went down to Mexico and camped in Baja. And so this was the crazy life that we led as I was a kid. But we came back when I was 14, back into the South at 14 after, like 8 years being in California. And then I got a horse, and we had horses in California also, and in Topanga Canyon. So on that note, the horse that I got from a man named Bill Dentons. And I went out to a place called Rebellion Farms. I was 14, and he was such a cute guy, and he was so nice. And Eddie says that he was a patient of his, a dental patient of his. And in the last video, when I talked about Jay Denton's, I said we live behind Jay Denton's at 6 Mile Road. Well, Jay had about 50 acres there, a plantation house. That's that house when you go to Oyster Point and you turn left. That was Jay Denton's house. So for years and years and years, Jay's back there with a plantation, and I had horses and ponies there, and first met him when my wolf shepherds killed his goats. So Jay was a super cool guy. He is really a cool guy. But the reason I'm bringing all this up is because I don't use Facebook and I don't use email, but I figured out how to, for the first time, Facebook somebody, because everybody says you get rejected on Facebook, so I just didn't want to go do that. So I Facebooked Jay Denton's. First person I've ever looked to see how to do it, night before last, about 10 o'clock, and he texted me, Facebooked me right back, and he said, I'll call you tomorrow. So I want Jay to know, if you watch this video, that I waited all day long tomorrow to tell you that the people you used to tell me about that were partying when you were little and your dad was having big parties at Rebellion Farms were my family. Because Bill Denton's, after they did the Isle of Palms project with J.C. Long, Bill Denton's took them in, and these Gants and Mathises and Lindsays and Crawfords and Stewarts were all working with the Denton shipyard from the start. So I so much wanted to talk to Jay and said, what did they look like? Who were they? Did you know them? Do you remember them? Because those are still people that are living at 6 Mile Road now. Now that's not, I don't really want to go into much more on this video, but I did want to make that public that I got my feelings hurt the first time that I interacted, because when you guys see me make posts, Hope and Ginger were making these posts for me, but I don't interact on Facebook because they say you get your feelings hurt. There you go.